Hi, this is Shira Rubinoff. I'm here with Keeper Security. I'm here with Darren. Darren, please introduce yourself to our audience. Tell them who you are and what you do for Keeper Security.
Hi, this is Darren Guccione. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Keeper Security. We make the world's leading password manager and secure digital vault for protecting all of your login credentials, metadata, files, and any type of digital asset you can think of.
Terrific. So Darren and I talk a lot about the human factors of cybersecurity and the pitfalls and the uniqueness of when we deal with the human piece of security and technology. Can you talk a little bit to the point of what the emerging trends that you're seeing in cybersecurity pertaining specifically to what Keeper Security is involved in?
Sure. So I think some of the biggest trends are around stolen passwords, login credentials from public, data breaches that wind up on the dark web. We see that proliferating really quickly. Cyber criminals are becoming much more sophisticated in terms of the type of attack vectors that we're seeing. Email phishing, phone phishing, text message is really at the top of the list. But at the end of the day, 80% of the time when there's a data breach, it's a result of weak password security. So that trend is continuing to escalate.
Great. So can you also talk to the point of why you created Keeper Security? Certainly off that, it's an easy understanding, but I'd like our audience to really understand what was behind your thought process of it.
Sure. So it all came through the advent of the iPhone. It was really the first fully ubiquitous smartphone, and we saw the future of convergence occurring on this small mobile device where people would do really everything that we're doing today, right? We look at our phones on average about 125 times a day. Everything
that many times?
Yeah, from like email, from banking to calendaring to communication of all types. It's really the ubiquitous and convergence device of the future, and that's what we saw in 2008. We launched the application on iPhone in 2009 as a mobile-first product, and then proliferated across really smartphones, tablets, computers, desktop, browser, became a full platform and device-wide solution, launched the business as a paid model in September 2010, and the rest is history.
Wow, very interesting. And certainly, that lends to the point of a technology that's a need to have. There's so many nice to haves, there's so many good to haves, but when it comes to the way that technology is advancing, and even the human piece of how people are operating, how people are going about their daily lives, people tend to forget the extra layers that we need to take focus on and actually protect. So when we talk also about the migration to the cloud, that's a big hot topic today. Most organizations are now moving to the cloud, and lots of reasons are obvious, but I'd like to hear from you and a Keeper Security perspective.
Sure.
Why the migration to the cloud? Why is that important for you?
Well, the cloud, what a lot of people don't realize is the size of the market. The cloud is a $1 trillion market opportunity, both for small to medium-sized businesses, even SOHOs, small office, home office, and larger enterprise. And that includes .gov, higher education, non-for-profit. Everybody is migrating to the cloud. And when you migrate to the cloud, you have more cloud-based or web-based applications and thus more login credentials to deal with, i.e. more passwords. So the number of passwords is exponentially increasing. It's not actually slowing or declining, it's exponentially growing. So the needs around password security are becoming the major focus and pain point for organizations of every size, regardless of what industry they're in.
That is so true. It couldn't be more true. And unfortunately, I'm sure we've seen walking through many organizations where we see passwords on little Post-its in separate places, or people reusing the same passwords, or just thinking mother's maiden name, random things that they think are secure enough because they don't realize there's something like Keeper Security out there to keep you safe.
That's true.
So how are you staying ahead of the cyber threats?
I think the most important thing is have innovation at the core. We're really astute with listening to our customers in terms of addressing and identifying, more importantly, their unmet needs, where the gaps are, and what pain points they're facing every single day when it comes to transacting with passwords, remembering them, creating high-strength random passwords, how to transact and get those entered into input fields on any type of application or website. So at the end of the day, I think just being keyed in with the market and what their needs and missing needs are, we work really quickly to identify those gaps and really just fulfill those needs.
I think that's a very key point. Certainly you're finding the pain points in the markets, you're finding the pain points of the individuals, and you're solving for that. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing more from Keeper Security.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone.